back, Nintendo collectors. Hope you're well, guys. Alex here with another video. Got a ram-packed video for you this week. Done a few video tours of my mates' arcades, and I've got loads of pickups to show you as well. It's been a while, actually. I feel like I've had a whole weekend of gaming, doing my own thing. I mean, let's face it, for the last 8 weeks I've been non-stop working, worked every weekend, so I really did deserve a weekend off of just mucking about, gaming and picking up stuff. It's really, really cool. I managed to capture most of it on video, but it might be a little bit choppy, so bear with us, guys, but it's all there, so hang on in there. There's some cool stuff coming up. So let's just start off with Friday, right? Friday started pissing down with rain in the afternoon. I thought this is a great excuse to pack up tools, get back home, get changed and hit the road, because I had to go up to Leeds where my mate Jim was putting me up for the night. Because Saturday morning I wanted to get to Scarborough to pick up this really rare, well, it's not that rare, it's in a generic cocktail cab, Nintendo cab, but the game inside's quite rare, Space Fever colour. But the reason why I want this cab is for spares, basically, because I got Sheriff coming over from Norway, and when I saw this cab turn up on eBay, this Space Fever colour, I thought I've got to have that. It's a long old way to go, but you know what, if you break it up, it's not too bad, you know. And Jim kindly offered to put me up for night Friday night, which was a blessing, basically. And of course, another excuse for me to go and check out someone else's arcade. So the video coming up in a minute, I'll show you in a minute, is of Jim's arcade and me just mucking about in there playing some games. And he's got a really cool setup, guys. He's got like some classic dedicated arcade machines, and he's got a really unusual and very clever main setup on his Star Wars, his Atari Return of the Jedi Star Wars cab, which is a yoke. It's got like a yoke which would have been used for, what was the other game? Major Havoc, I think it was. No, Major Havoc used a spinner. What's the other? There's other Star Wars games that use the yoke. But also you can play Paperboy on it, iRobot on it, Space Harrier on it. So we was going through all these games on MAME using the yoke, and it was just absolutely brilliant. It worked perfectly. I was really impressed. And a hit of a switch, you can just go back to the original hardware, which is in the cab, the original PCB of Return of the Jedi, which is a really, really cool game. And he was basically teaching me how to play that. So I had a fantastic time. So anyway, without further ado, guys, just check out this video. It's really cool. This is Jim's Arcade. Right, hi guys, we're here at Jim's Arcade up in Leeds. He's invited me over to stay tonight while I pick up my Space Fever colour from Scarborough. And he's got some fantastic cabs in here. These are classic cabs here you've got, Jim. This is Jim here.
Hello.
Now Jim, tell me about your machines here, mate, because you've got some real classics here, haven't you? You haven't got a main machine, but you've got 4 really cool dedicated machines.
Yeah, so what have we got here? The 2 you see over in the corner.
Yeah.
That's where it all started, really.
Right, so you've got Space Invaders, and that's Potato.
It's a Potato Space Invaders, yeah, and a Jedi.
Yeah.
The Jedi is actually the game I used to play in an arcade in Manchester,
right,
as a kid. And I managed to buy it in the early 90s. It's the first machine I bought.
Well, I was going to say, it's quite a late cab, isn't it?
Yeah,
you must have been playing...
83.
Oh, 83?
Yeah, I bought it in the early 90s.
Right, okay, you bought the early 90s. So it came out in 1983, that's Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I do remember it, but it's towards... I remember playing actually towards the end of when I was sort of getting out of arcades, to be honest with you. My local arcade didn't have Return of the Jedi.
Right.
But I do remember
a lot of people don't like it because a lot of people love the Star Wars and they
Yeah.
wanted a vector game, I think.
Yeah.
And Return of the Jedi is completely different, so it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Now, this cabinet, is this the same as an iRobot cabinet?
I think it is,
Yeah, and then
I think
a Major Havoc cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so guys, this is an Atari cabinet, and you would have found Firefox in this cabinet, Major Havoc, which is an awesomely rare arcade game, a vector game, and one of my favourite games, iRobot, which I played back in the day, and I remember it being in this style of cabinet, which is actually quite rare, but it's a generic Atari cabinet which they use for all 4 games.
Yeah, that's right. And what's quite interesting, I'll pull this
and you've got another one over here. So
this is
one.
one.
You've got 2 then.
So this is one I bought to restore.
Right.
So I've done a pretty deep restoration on this one. So this one went right back down to the wood.
Right, it looks minty.
It absolutely looks like it's
mint.
come out of the factory, yeah. Well,
I don't know if you've been watching John's Arcade, but he did a restoration of a Major Havoc.
Yeah.
And he had a
I'll have
bloke
to check
build
that,
all of
yeah.
this up.
Nice. Well, this is... It's all repro art, but it's all really good stuff. So it's... a lot of it's come from America, from Phoenix Arcade.
Right.
It's been taken from the original...
screen print. Or whatever.
from the it's
original
what
art
Atari
files.
used to actually, to actually create the original
It
artwork.
looks amazing, mate. I tell you.
So
these are the
spot on.
speakers here, are they?
Yeah, so
Right,
it's 6x9s.
So you're getting that right in your
side.
face, aren't you?
Yeah.
It looks fantastic, mate. It really does.
Nice little touch on the side, because I was putting all new artwork on. I was able to take the art to a Comic-Con where our friend Darth Vader.
Oh, do you know what? I heard about this.
Was,
that was you, was it?
Yeah.
So that's what's his name?
David
Pertwee?
Prowse.
Oh, David Prowse. So he's got David Prowse signature.
And he's just got a little quote from the game. So if I fire it up, actually, you'll hear.
Security deflector shield will be deactivated when we have confirmation of your code transmission. Leave them to me. I will deal with them myself.
So Darth Vader isn't in there, but he has a little "leave them to me."
me.
I will deal with them myself. So I've got that little quote from the game on the side as well
I
from there that he's
see.
put on
Right,
for
that
us.
is very cool.
Another nice little thing, what some people might balk at. I'll show you what my little secret project that's going on with this one. So if you look at the back, underneath here is dead space. And that was used, I believe, to hold the Laserdisc player for Firefox.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But for things like the Jedi, it's just an empty space.
Right, so have you used that for storage?
So I'll have a look in there. There's my little secret project, as well as all the original arcade stuff.
What have you got in there? I can't see. It's too dark.
We've got a main PC on the way.
Oh, main PC. So you're going to have what? What other games you're going to have running in here?
Star Wars.
Right.
Firefox. Outrun. Space Harrier.
Blimey.
Anything that's
Uses the
drivable
Right.
is pretty good.
What's the other game?
Pole position you can't do. That one doesn't work. Some driving games
You
don't
can
work
have
very well.
iRobot in there.
Yeah, that's another one for me to try. Yeah.
That's
So,
fantastic.
Everything's original in there. It's
Have you got,
literally
you've got the original PCB in there at the
Yeah,
moment?
it's all
running that.
original
And you
in
will
there.
keep that original?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll show you actually. Let's get a little key. I know the light's going to be really bad. But yeah, I open this up at the back. And if you have a look in there, you'll see,
See.
all
Oh
original.
right, it's already you can't
all
see that
power
guys
pack.
on the camera. I don't know, but that
But there's
PCB
literally a hidden-
is huge.
It's big, isn't it?
It's massive.
There's a hidden switch up here.
Right.
I flick that. It's now running the PC.
Oh right.
So the monitor goes in there, and the actual audio amp.
Well, that is very
output,
clever, mate.
That uses the. Does it come up?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got no signal in, but because if I switch the PC on, that's all.
What a cab to have. You can just switch it over like that. That is awesome. It's the way to go though, mate, isn't it? If you want to maximise the amount of games in one
Well, like I
space.
said, I've only got so much space, so
I
I
know.
love the original. I'm a big original hardware fan.
Well, you see, that's why I got rid of my Popeye and my DK3.
Yeah.
They look fantastic, but they're quite similar to the other cabs, really.
Yeah.
And they just take up so much room. And I just thought, well, I can play DK3 in my Donkey Kong if I want to, and when I get my Sky Skipper sorted, I can play Popeye in there, but I'd have to just change the control panel over.
Yeah.
But it's all about space, and we don't have space in England, do we?
Well, exactly. Yeah, I love most space, and that's probably the most precious thing. That's what keeps.
So,
the
have
hobby
you
under
got all the
control.
games you want, you desire in this room?
So, Space Invaders is where it started. That's
Yeah.
the one that got me hooked.
Yeah.
I played some of the early black and whites, like the driving games, and
Yeah.
Night Driver and stuff. I loved all those.
Oh, Night Driver
But,
was a very early game.
but Space Invaders is where the addiction started.
Yeah.
So that means a lot to me. Pac-Man. It's never been my favourite game, but it's a really good sociable game. Everyone
Yes.
plays it, even the ladies
The
play
ladies
Pac-Man.
like it, yeah, that's why it
So-
did so well back in the day.
It's a good one to have in here.
Yeah.
Defender I never played as a kid because I just found it too hard.
Yeah.
It's a man's game.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Well, as a kid, I found the buttons were so far apart. You needed a big handspan, and as kids, we didn't have that.
Oh, it's
so I
useless.
never liked it at all. Always found it hard. I even find it hard today.
Yeah. So but I love the cab. I think it's a fantastic looking cab, and obviously when you've got your own and you can actually play it on free play, it doesn't matter that it's so hard. But back in the day, Scramble and things like that were much more my thing.
Yes.
But I love the artwork on it. It's a great cab.
So let's have a look at this cab then. Let's get a bit closer up. So have you done much restoration to this cab, or is it as is?
Restored, really. I bought it quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
The front panel's original, but the sides are all resprayed. But it's nice and minty. It's a nice cab.
Yeah.
Likewise, the Pac-Man. I think that came from America.
Yeah.
Hence the 25 cents down there. It's running a 96 in 1 actually.
Oh, was it?
So if I flick that off. So if you're not familiar with those, that's original Pac-Man hardware.
Okay.
But it's just running some extra bits
Do you like
on
this
there.
Pac-Man as well?
I don't love it. I much prefer the original, I've got to
one.
say.
Yeah. Some people prefer the Miss Pac-Man, don't they?
But we've got on there.
We've got
Remember you
eyes as
playing
well.
eyes on the podcast
Well, I didn't.
some
I
time
think that
ago?
was Sean.
Yeah. So
Oh right.
So
I haven't played this. I'll have to play this.
again, it gives you use the one player button as a fire
it's a
button.
very odd looking game. Odd
Yeah.
cab as well. Always.
Yeah.
That's fantastic,
But it's
mate.
great. Again, it keeps it original hardware, but then adds an extra dimension to it, so you can.
Gives you a little bit more to play with in here.
Yeah.
You haven't got a jammer cab or main cab in here, then?
No. So this one, I've had.
Can't you get a board? You can get a board for that though, can't you? A Williams board that
Yeah,
plays
you
other
can
games.
get multi-Williams.
Yeah. You thought about that?
Well,
Because you could play. Well, I can't play Robotron, can you? But
So I
you
built
could
my
play
own. So this is
Stargate, is it, or Sinister?
there's a lot. Yeah. Bubbles is it? There's a few
Bubbles,
on there. Yeah. So that is a control panel that I've made to run MAME on it. But again, keeping it all original, like the Jedi, you can swap it over. And you literally, that's the board that goes with it. It's not all together at the moment,
Yeah.
but you literally, that'll get glued on. This comes out, that goes in. Same connector on both of them.
Awesome.
And then suddenly I've got MAME.
And you're not really all in the original. You can put it all back to original if you want
Exactly,
to.
yeah. It takes 2 minutes to put it back to original.
a great
Everything's
idea.
original.
Great
But
idea.
that kind of looks very
Yeah,
Defenderish,
it
so it
does,
kind of
yeah.
keeps to the original look.
Yeah.
The other thing I think that some people make the mistake of is just putting too many buttons on. They try and get too much out of one
Yeah.
machine, and it spoils
I made
the
that
look of
mistake. Victor kindly built me a bar top, and I designed it. I said I want 2 joysticks on there. Well, it's too small for 2 players. No, I've never had 2 players on a tiny bar top.
Yeah.
I wish I'd just done 1 joystick and like a Neo Geo 4 button layout.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that would have been enough.
And also, I'm not really into the fighting games. Then I think that's where you need all the extra buttons.
So tell me a little bit about Space Invaders. Then, what is your first cab you ever brought?
It was these 2 over there.
Those
actually,
2,
yeah.
and you're moving those 2 on.
In fact, I got the receipt for it. Believe it or not, I paid, and I thought it was expensive in the early 90s. I paid 400 quid for both of them.
Oh, I'd love to.
Which
have
is,
Space Invaders
that's not a
back
bad
then.
price these
Because
days.
Space Invaders, right, was the first video game I ever played.
Was it?
Me and my friend queued up round the block to
Yeah.
play Space Invaders, and I remember it created so much hysteria.
Yeah.
Kids just, it wasn't just the game, it was the whole cab.
Yeah.
Kids were like, wow, you know, we were all into space and all of that, and aliens.
What I love
It was just like,
you look at the cab.
kids
and
just can't imagine what it was like.
You've got to remember you're down here.
I
as
know,
a kid.
yeah,
You
down
can't
here
see
as
the
a
screen
kid. So,
being reflected.
and you couldn't work out how that was
How's it floating?
floating about in the back there, and it all seemed, we all went round the back of the cab
Yeah.
to see how they were getting that image so far back.
And I love how it does on the colours. You know, the colour overlays. It's a
yeah.
black and white monitor, but they put colours in there.
You can get a kit for this as well, can't you?
Yeah, you can. I've got one in there actually.
You can play space, not space launcher.
I can't remember what's on there. I do have the kit.
There's some good
to
ones
put
on there.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they
Yeah.
are now, but there's some good ones on there. Well worth getting. It's a lovely cab, mate.
This is a Japanese overlay actually on this
That's
one.
awesome.
I think one of my little...
Japanese writing on this just looks alien, doesn't it?
It's
It
great,
just
isn't
fits,
it?
doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's the sort of thing you'd see in Predator. Do you remember when he's sort of doing the countdown for his destruction? It all comes up in this weird writing that looks Japanese. It's just so futuristic.
And one of the things you always get is the screen burn, because you used to always leave your cigarettes
That's
there.
right, on there.
So I've been looking at trying to get one of these recreated.
It's amazing, mate. My first cab was Space Invaders Part 2, and I...
Oh yeah.
I'd still love to have it.
So that's me work in progress panel
Yeah.
for the other machine, so no fag burns, but it's just it's just a bit too dark at the moment.
Yeah.
So I might have to revisit that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where it started. This is what got the addiction going.
Yeah.
And I'm still rubbish at it.
Yeah. what's your high score?
Oh, it's not good. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, mate, it's fantastic. Just thought I'd do this for the viewers of my channel. This is Jim's Arcade, and thanks very much, Jim, for showing us this. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, you have to come and play again.
Oh, definitely, mate. Cheers, mate. So that was Jim's Arcade. Thanks for putting us up, Jim. That's really good of you, mate. Really appreciate that. So yeah, I left Jim's about, well, must have been about 6:30 in the morning, and got to Scarborough for about 7:45. Picked up this cab. Met the guy there. He was all right. He plugged it in, fired up first go. Saw it, didn't open it up or do anything to it. Just thought, yeah, there's your money. I'll take the cab, let's go. Because I just wanted to get back to London as soon as possible. And for 150 quid, I thought was great anyway, you know. So for spares, because that's all I'm going to use it for, is for spares anyway, for the Sheriff, because it's in a right state, to be honest with you. So yeah, have a look at this cab, guys. This is Space Fever Colour. So guys, this is the Space Fever Colour I picked up from Scarborough on Saturday night, and as you can see, it's working perfectly, and the monitor looks absolutely amazing. So this will be great for my Sheriff that's coming over, because the monitor and that's not working. I mean, hopefully I can get it working, but it's always good to have a spare. I don't have a spare monitor for any of my colour cocktail machines, so I'm really using this whole cab as spares, because the control panel here, as you can see, has been blackened out. They've used some other button there, it's not original, and the whole power supply here looks well dodgy. Don't know what the hell's going on there, but I'm not touching any of that. That's all going to get ripped out. I'll save the monitor, and the game Space Fever Colour, I can actually do a ROM swap to Space Fever High Splitter, which is another really rare Nintendo game which I don't have in my collection. But I can just do a ROM swap and have another game which I can just swap over in my Space Launcher cocktail, which is this one here. But it's amazing to see, guys, all the original instruction decals inside. Look at that, all in Japanese. It's always nice to see that. And of course I'll keep this top, and if anyone wants it, if they're doing any restorations, if they need any parts, then I'll move it on. But for me, all I'm interested in is the monitor, really, and that's it. So that's it, guys. That's my daughter, she wants to come in. Right, so this was on top when I got it. The guy did say that this was vinyl, and underneath there was the white top. So I was kind of hoping for something half decent. Unfortunately, someone's felt tipped around here with marker pen that's ruined the top. I don't think you'll ever get that as a marker pen. You might be able to with some high spirits, but they've painted all around here. It's in a bit of a state, really. But it's got the original Japanese decal here, instruction decals in the front. So I don't know, maybe it's good for someone, maybe, I don't know. Let's put that to one side. Again, this is all going to be spares. I've saved it. I've saved it. It's been used for another cab, to make another cab be mint, make it look brand new, and this one will be used as well for something or other. Here's the game board. You see that, guys? Let's have a look. So that's Space Fever Colour, TSF Colour. See that? Zoom in there. It says TSF CL, which is colour. So that's Space Fever Colour. which is pretty cool. And that's a working board, which is fantastic. So all good and all what I expected from that cab, really. I feel like Ronnie Cobbett there. Working monitor, working game, everything else really. I suppose, you know, if you made the effort, you could put all that stuff together, but I've already done that. I don't need to do another one. I've already got black and white Space Fever. So really, I just want the innards, really, and any spares, any nuts, any bolts, screws and whatnot. The rest is all to go. But I mean, guys, if you want a project, I've got loads. I've got a graveyard of Nintendo cabs out the back here. If you're interested, just contact me. I'm sure I've got spares if you need them. Anyway, so yeah. So I got that back, and then Sunday I went to Martin's Arcade, which is in Fleet, and he has some really special stuff in his arcade, and one particular cab that I've been dying to see for many years, and absolutely gobsmacked when I first saw it, because he didn't tell me he had this. It literally arrived that week. And I walked through the door, and as soon as I saw it, I was just like totally blown away. This game is unbelievable. Anyway, I'll let you guess what it is. This is the video of Martin's walk round of his arcade. Check this out, guys. Right, Vic, this is Vic from the 10 Pence Arcade
Hello.
Podcast. How you doing, old son?
Not bad, actually.
Very dark.
Am I very dark? Everyone says that.
We're at Martin's Arcade here. Now, we've got some special cabs here, mate, haven't we?
Lovely cabinet.
What's this one here?
This one is one of my favourites. I want one of these. This is a video pinball.
Video people. I've been longing to play and see this.
Have a look
game
up
first.
there. It's sort of it's sort of half and half. It's actually got a physical playfield at the top with 3D parts on and LEDs, and the actual game screen is projected onto it like the old Space Invaders
So
was.
just put a little fire up of it and show us how you play this game.
Right, let's have a go. We've got to put coins in it as well. American quarters. There you go. Coin in. Look at this. You've got a plunger, and this moves as well. This is actually tilt. Yeah, so you pull this, and it's just a black and white game. Very, very simple, but because of the effects, it works really well. It actually looks like it's hitting.
So you could, in theory, change the physical board.
Someone actually did it in America. They made a themed game. I can't remember which theme they did. They changed it all around.
Like a multi-board.
Yeah, it's really cool. The same game, but it's just a different theme.
This is incredible.
Look at the flares on that guy on the left as well.
It's such a style of sort of, well, 70s, isn't it? It's got flares on.
I think this game's 76.
76.
I truly want one of these. I really do. I missed out one on eBay a few years ago. Went really cheap. I'm kicking myself.
So they did make it over here to UK, though, I
think it did, you know.
Mate. It says 1978 on here.
78, sorry, that's it, yeah. It's awesome.
Very, very cool.
It's very cool. I love the effects, the sound effects. They're so cheesy, but they're brilliant. Martin did really well to get this game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is there much depth to the game?
It's just a little pinball, really, but it works. Oh, damn. It works really nicely, yeah. And the 3D effect has got black lights in it and all sorts. Really, really
I love
nice.
all this black light.
So do I.
Golf mirror games.
They're really cool.
So what else we got here then, mate?
Lots of racing games.
So this would be a favourite of lots of people. It's not of mine, but the Star Wars cockpit.
Yeah, and it's got Return of the Jedi. It's a factory fitted one in there.
Which is quite nice. So is that the more is that would be a vector game in this game?
It would have been normally, yeah. But I think this is an original one for it. It's actually got Return of the Jedi in the back glass.
Oh, right.
Original back glass. So it's official Atari conversion. Simon's playing Enduro Race.
Enduro Race. Now I played this. This was a game I played a lot of back in the day. And
I used to like the ride on it.
Yeah, I found it really difficult to play. Actually,
I used to play on the
just now.
Spectrum, this one.
Yes, that was a great conversion. Was it on the Spectrum?
Yeah. We've got Hang On as well. You like to
Hang On
races,
Super Hang On.
which is quite cool. And then you've got Power Drift.
Yeah, well, it's Outrun, isn't it? In the Power
It's
Drift
Outrun and
cab.
the Power Drift cab.
Yeah. Was Power Drift just released in Japan only?
I don't know.
What game am I thinking of?
I don't know.
No, I thought
I think you got it here, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Then we've got another little room in the back here.
This is a cool game. I love this game.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Get
How does it
pizzas
work?
out of it and stuff. It's quite smart.
We've got a little
That's
veteran
my
set up here.
Vectrex, and that's Martin's one.
Yeah.
I was playing some
Yeah, who's
games.
the guy making the games for these Vectrex games?
That is Chris.
Chris.
He's a nice bloke. He's doing the Big Blue game, which is a
Right.
really cool little shark. It's very like Scuba Dive.
Very much like Scuba Dive.
Such a
We
cool
played
little
that,
game.
yeah.
Clever guy.
This
I
is the
love this
game you're
car.
after, mate.
Yep, I would love to own this, but Martin fortunately won't sell it. It's a really cool little
I'm sure
machine.
another one will pop up. Don't you like the full size one though? If you want the side up.
This would fit in well.
It
It'll fit in with my arcade next to my asteroid.
Breakout. I played
This is a
earlier.
Euro version of Breakout, Super Breakout. Really nice controls. He's done a really nice job of this.
Yeah,
It's
and
awesome.
very similar controls to this Jet Fighter, which came out what, same year?
I've got one of these.
Yeah, you got this one.
This is 1975.
75.
Yeah.
So they're using the same CPO though, aren't they? Pretty
It's
much.
very similar.
Same
I mean,
buttons.
but this is a Euro version. I've never seen before. It's really nice. Nice cabinet. But this one is the same. I made these buttons as well for Martin.
Right.
Because he had different buttons in it. I made that. I've got a bit of mine working.
I love the alley sort of
It's cool.
faceplate.
Black and white with
Very
little bits stuck on the actual.
Yeah, well, you don't die when you hit the clouds in this game. Not like Fast Furious.
And this is a lovely game.
Then we've got Fire Truck. Now look at the. I've got to stand back here, guys, because there's two players
Too
here.
many beers.
We've got Steve here on the back. He's a bit pissed, I think, aren't you, Steve?
No. I think Carl.
And Carl's at the front here, so it's a two-player driving game. What year is this? 78 as well.
Yes, I'll go.
Look at the artwork on there. It's
amazing.
unbelievable. It's a difficult game though, mate. Isn't it, to play?
It looks different, yeah. And you've got a little jammer tab here which has got a switching supply in it, so you've got different games. And that's my.
Was that MAME in there, is it? Or
No, it's an original. That's the original PCB.
Oh,
When you
okay.
press this button here, it plays at the PCB, which is my country master at the moment.
that's what I need.
Yeah, I can
Very
do
cool.
it.
And all the up here, got little shit balls for you.
Oh, that's my PCB you're knocking it out.
Little cars, Hot Wheels cars
I
up
look
there.
for those in
tiny
America,
one.
but they don't really sell them.
They do Nintendo ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm not getting into that. That's another thing to get
Yeah,
into.
yeah.
Look, there's Sean from the 10 pence. How you doing, mate?
Alex, I'm just going to try and play this. I think I've put money in the wrong
Put money
bit.
in. The right-hand slot.
Right hand side.
Anyway, that's it. Very, very cool.
Awesome little place. Nice of Martin to invite us. Brilliant.
So I just want to say a big thank you to Martin for putting on such a great show Sunday. All those cabs, man, they were absolutely awesome. And just walking in and seeing that video pinball was just mind-blowing. I just didn't think you'd have something like that there. I've been wanting to play that game for such a long time. Really, really cool. I mean, the cab lineup that he had there was brilliant. The fire truck looked awesome, plays brilliantly, great two-player game. Centipede, I had great fun with that with Sean. Little competition with me and him going on there, that was good fun. And Vic, yes, you do need that cab, that is a brilliant game. And you know what, I prefer that game now actually than I did back in the day. It's funny that, isn't it? Some games you don't gel with, like Enduro Racer. I was really looking forward to playing that, but didn't gel with it this time, you know, and I hadn't played it since I was a kid. And it's funny, just didn't gel with it. Whereas games like Centipede, which I didn't like back in the day, I gel better with now. So it's funny how things work out with games, isn't it? But yeah, we had some amazing games there. Breakout, Jet Fighter. I mean, these are really old black and white games, which are great fun when you've got two players. They really are. Yeah, just great day. Great meeting everyone. Steve, Atari Tubing, it was great to meet you, mate. He'd come all the way over from California, not especially for the meet, but he was on holiday with his wife and the meet just happened to be on, so he came down to see us, and it was great chatting to Steve because Steve contributes quite a lot to UK VAC. He posts some really unusual and rare pictures of cabs, and he's helped me out a lot with Sky Skipper and Sheriff. He gave me the opportunity to buy couple of the original flyers, which was really nice of him. So it was really nice to see him, and the usual crowd, Ollie, you know, and Steve Larkins. It was great to see all. It was a great day, really enjoyed it. Lovely to see everybody there. Chris as well, he does the Vectrex homebrew stuff. He's got some cool games. Yeah, it was a really good day. Now I have got lots of pickups, lots of games, mainly Game Boy Advance games, but I'm going to do them in another video because it's more arcade related, this video. But I will do one other arcade related pickup, and this is what I got off Ollie. I don't know where the hell he got this from. This is uber rare Nintendo shizzle, guys. This is so cool. This is original 1974 Wild Gunman film, right? Now this game, I don't know if you know, came out on the NES. It's a brilliant game, it's a light gun game, but it actually came out probably 10 years before this release in 1974. I'm not quite sure of the release on the NES, but I imagine it's around 84. So yeah, 10 years prior, Nintendo released it into the arcades as a 16mm projector movie game where you had a light gun. And obviously if you shot in the right places on the film, it would trigger another filming of the guy falling to the ground. A bit like my Battle Shark. But my Battle Shark has two different images on one film. But this game has loads of film. And you can choose from about 8 games, I think it is. It is absolutely incredible. So all these films are either different sequences within the game or actually different paths to go down. Because I think there was about 4 or 5 different paths you could choose from at the start of the game. So all these would have been in the actual cabinet, but these are all different, if you like, different paths you could choose within the game. It is incredible. Look, Wild Gunman, 1974, 16mm film. Look at that. Now I'm never going to get a chance to play this, but I do know that a couple of cabs did turn up in Europe, so I might get in touch with these guys and see what happened to them. I'll show you my original flyer, which I've got on the wall. So this is what the cab would have looked like, okay? So you've got a big 47-inch screen here, like a projector would have come out of this cab here at the bottom, very similar to my Battle Shark, because that runs 16mm film. And I do remember these vaguely being in the arcades, but not much. But yeah, I mean, they must have done quite well. So yeah, that's it guys, this is Wild Gunman, and that one there is Shooting Trainer. Now I imagine you probably could have had both films running in these cabs, swap them over, so they weren't dedicated cabs for each game. A bit like Battle Shark would have had Skyhawk running in it as well. So yeah, really unusual find to get this Wild Gunman 16mm film. That is rare stuff guys. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, there's about 10 films here I've got. And if I ever do find the cab, right, that would be awesome, wouldn't it, to get that going? Unbelievable, unbelievable stuff guys. So that's it for this week guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Look out for the next video and I'll do all my pickups because I've got loads here to show you, but not this week. We'll save it for the next video. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the subscribes. And check out my Facebook page, Ninty Arcade, if you want to see some other pictures of other people's machines or whatnot. Go to Ninty Arcade on Facebook, or you can check me out on Nintendo Arcade on Twitter. Thanks for watching guys, see you on the next video.